and let's talk about what I call pancake dog. It's not something that you'll get at the Huddle House. It's basically what happens when your dog, actually it happens two ways. One, I usually see it is when a dog or a puppy is having a really good time at the park, or at the dog park and they don't want to come home, and they know, trust me, the dogs know the route coming home. The minute you turn for home, they just pancake themselves on the ground and they stay still. Okay, I see pet parents pulling and the dogs are just staying really, really still and not wanting to move. All right, that's a pancake dog. I get asked that by clients all the time. What do I do? A couple different things you can do. For dogs that are just don't want the fun to end, you can take some treats and kind of toss it ahead. All right, so that your dog will get up and go for the treat, or you can do the Hansel and Gretel technique, okay? Hansel and Gretel is basically kind of putting a little bit of a food trail so your dog will follow. I'm gonna demo it just so you can kind of see what it looks like, and then we'll come back and we'll demo it with the dog, okay? So here's a little bit of a demo, how to do a Hansel and Gretel. So you're basically just taking food and putting it in a little bit of a trail so that your dog will start here and kind of eat along here, okay? So now I'm going to show you how to do a Hansel and Gretel. I've got a little bit of kibble and I've got some cheese, and oops, one piece fell. So I'm going to show you how to actually sprinkle this to get your dog moving. Again, I'm just moving him around for camera purposes. He jumps the Hansel and Gretel a little bit to get to some of the cheese, but you can kind of get an idea to kind of get them moving. It's almost kind of a little of a trail this way. I didn't anticipate the splatter of the kibble, but I think you kind of get the trick there. Okay, so the other way that you can actually use the Hansel and Gretel technique is for dogs that are afraid. A lot of dogs will be afraid to walk by other dogs, people, narrow spaces. Some dogs have never been around narrow spaces, especially dogs that you've maybe rescued and they've never lived inside. They come in and they feel very close. This to me looks more of a splat. This is almost, they're flat down, they're leaning back, and they're almost kind of shut down and scared to move. What you don't want to do is pull these guys because they're scared. I mean, what if you were scared of spiders and you kind of stood still, went into the ground in fetal position, and I kind of yanked you past the spider exhibit? Kind of feel that? So yeah, that's what you don't want to do with your dogs. So instead, do a Hansel and Gretel technique. Now, when you're doing the Hansel and Gretel trail, you don't want to do it, say, right next to the monster. Maybe do it, say, maybe I'm the monster, here's the dog. Maybe do it in a little half a circle past me, okay? So you're not going right by me, you're kind of going around me, if that makes sense. Use really good high-value treats. I like to use pieces of cheese, blue cheese, pieces of hot dogs, something that's more enticing. If you were scared of those spiders and I sprinkled pennies, would you follow the pennies? If you liked pennies, you probably would. But if I sprinkled $100 bills, see, there you go. You're gonna follow. All right, so take a peek and try that. The Hansel and Gretel technique works really, really well. I really like it, especially for dogs that just kind of aren't sure or don't want the fun to end.